How many years would it take to become a doctor in the Philippines? I am Dr. Dalvie, and I will be sharing with you the information that you need on your journey from a student, a senior high school student, to becoming a fully licensed doctor in the Philippines. Now let's start the journey. The entire process starts with graduating from senior high school. So there is no other way to do this journey of becoming a doctor other than by, of course, first finishing your high school studies and then your senior high school studies. After that, you can go to college. In college, you will be obtaining your bachelor's degree. This is also commonly referred to as your pre-med, your pre-med course. Those are the common terms that they use when referring to your college degree. And this is a very essential part of your med journey because you first need to obtain your pre-med before you can apply for med school. And actually, your pre-med is a requirement for you so you can take your NMAT, which is sort of like an entrance exam for all the med schools in the Philippines. Technically, for your pre-med course in college, you can take anything that you like. Examples of your pre-med courses in the Philippines would be BS Nursing, your bachelor's in medical technology and pharmacy, etc. I'll be discussing the details of the pre-med courses in another video because I think this is one of the things that a lot of you senior high school students are asking me, have been asking me actually, and I'll give a lot of information that I know of about these things. So check out those videos that I'll be making. So the minimum number of years that you will spend to finish your college studies to obtain your bachelor's degree would be 4 years. I say minimum number of years because not all pre-med courses are obtained within 4 years. And I just want to normalize the fact that not everyone finishes their college studies in 4 years due to a multitude of reasons. Some people actually don't take their full-term credit. This means they don't take all their subjects that are intended to be finished in one semester because they are working at the same time. So I just want to normalize this fact, and I actually salute all the people who are doing their best to pursue their dream of becoming a doctor. Not everyone gets to be sent to school by their parents. A lot of people are actually also working at the same time while studying in college. So I say minimum number of years, 4 years for college, because there are many, many other reasons also. Other than working at the same time while studying, many other reasons why people couldn't finish their college studies in 4 years. But at minimum, the number of years that it would take to finish college studies would be 4 years. After college, you then go to med school. This is like the beef of the entire med journey. In med school, there are actually two formats or two kinds of tracks in the Philippines. Let us start with the one that's most popular, which is the 4-year track. So this program or this track is evident in schools like UST, University of Santo Tomas, FEU, UERM, LaSalle, etc. In these schools, the medical program would be 4 years. That would be first year, second year, third year until you finish clerkship. Fourth year is commonly referred to as clerkship. After the 4-year studies in these kinds of medical schools, you graduate from that med school and then you proceed to take your internship at the hospital that you will be admitted to. This is called the postgraduate internship. So 4 years of med school and then 1 year of internship for a total of 5 years. Now, in comparison to the other medical schools like the University of the Philippines, Manila, and the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health or ASMPH, these schools would have a different kind of format. The medical school curriculum is designed to run for 5 years. Okay, but don't you worry. I know what you're thinking. You may be thinking that in UP and Ateneo, the med school is longer. Technically, honestly, it's just the same. Why? It's just a matter of nomenclature. So in UP and Ateneo, the med school runs for 5 years because we count internship as part of our med school curriculum. So this means in UP and Ateneo, first year, second year, third year, fourth year clerkship, fifth year internship, and then you graduate after internship. You get what I mean? So in UST, in the more popular track, what happens is first year, second year, third year, clerkship, graduate from med school, and then internship for a total of 5 years. In comparison to UP and Ateneo, first year, second year, third year, clerkship, internship, and then you graduate from med school. So technically, it's just the same. It's just the same amount of time spent to to finish med school and internship. It's just a matter of, do you graduate before internship or after internship? Personally, for me, the difference is not in the time. Actually, technically and absolutely, it's not really the time because it's just 5 years all in all for med school and internship. The difference for me lies in your option for internship. So in UP, we don't get to choose where we will be doing our internship because our internship is already part of the medical curriculum. So after clerkship, we have no other choice but to go to the Philippine General Hospital, which is the hospital base of UP College of Medicine. Same for Ateneo, they already have an internship designed for their students. Now, in comparison to the 4-year track med schools, after they graduate from clerkship or from med school after the 4 years of studying, they have the liberty to choose where to do their internship. So I think if you want a liberty to decide on where to do your internship, you might want to go for the 4-year track, because you technically have an option as to where you want to do your internship. And if you actually have plans of going to the US or other countries, you actually don't have to do your internship in the Philippines anymore. Because if your plan is to get licensed in other countries anyway, you don't need to be licensed in the Philippines if you're not going to practice here. Well, that's what other people do. So those are the simple differences between the 4-year and the 5-year tracks for med school. But all in all, as far as our journey is concerned, it's just the same whether you go to a 4-year med curriculum or a 5-year med curriculum, because you will finish med school and internship in 5 years regardless of the track. Okay? So let's have a quick recap. After your senior high school, you go to college, 4 years minimum, and then you go to med school. Med school, 4 years, then 1-year internship. So that would be a total of 9 years. And then after that, you can take your physician licensure examination so you can be a fully licensed medical doctor in the beloved Philippines. But again, in the same way that I say minimum of 4 years in finishing your college, there are also some instances where you don't get to finish your med school in 4 or 5 years because again, there are so many reasons on what could happen. Some people actually take a leave of absence during med school because they want to take a break. While I want to encourage all of you to pursue your dream of becoming a doctor, I also want to be realistic about it because med school isn't as easy as what it seems. Of course, you're going to be trained to touch people's hearts, to heal people, to save lives. And without needing to say, you will really go through a lot of hardships and difficulties during med school. I'm not wishing that on you, but I'm just trying to be realistic, okay? It's a tough process, physically, emotionally, and mentally. So, and intellectually, of course. So there are many reasons on why people don't finish their med school in 4 or 5 years too. Some people take a leave of absence and then they resume their studies. So all in all, it's a minimum of 9 years, which could go or be stretched even further. And honestly, if you really want to become a doctor, just go for it. And if you want to take pauses, go do it. The common pauses that people do would be between college and med school, because not everyone gets to be financed for their schooling by their families or parents. So what people do is they actually work in between. They do a 1-year or 2-year work, which is still aligned with the medical or health fields. And actually, this works out for people, not only in terms of finances, but also in getting admitted to their target med schools. For example, if you feel like you want to study in a top tier med school, but then you feel like your application's not that strong, you may want to consider doing some work in between that's still very, very much aligned in medicine and health, which could actually add a beautiful element to your application and to your story. And this could actually, I hope, okay? I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I hope this could somehow increase your chances of getting accepted into your target med school. For example, in UP, when I was in 3rd year, a 3rd year intermed, but 1st year med proper, when I met my classmates who had pre-med degree, not all of them went to UP Med straight from graduating from college. Some of them have actually already worked in medical research and doing some hospital work, and they said they did it because they wanted to increase their chances of getting accepted to UP Med. So all in all, the journey is 9 years, but if you need to take some pauses to breathe, if you need to take some pauses to increase your chances of getting accepted into your ideal med school, if you need time to take your NMAT, if you need time for anything that's healthy for you, go do it. The important thing is that you keep on moving forward after those pauses. If you have other questions about med school, about the medical education, and so many other things about the world of medicine, feel free to comment them down below so I could answer them and hopefully make a video about them. Again, this is Dr. Dalvie, and I want to say keep on aiming high and pursue that dream of becoming a doctor.